first and goal. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
And, Brandon, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
They'll try and run it in with Burton, and he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Mike Burton taking it in from a yard out. And the Chiefs will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead now up to 14. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. The Cleveland offense ready to go. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best of the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 81 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. It was Frank Clark that time who got in there to bring him down. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the Chiefs are going to take over at their own 41. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The slot man in motion right. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes finds his man. It's Kelsey on the crossing route here. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Slot man moves right. On 1st down, Mahomes. Flushed out right. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. A very solid gain of 27. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out. That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Marquez Valdez-Scantling bringing in that one from Patrick Mahomes. And the Chiefs have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Butker on for the PAT. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number one, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number two, if you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
Yeah, you got to wait until that ball goes 10 yards. They did not. They hit it before, and that draws the flag every time.
And there's no doubt in my mind that converting an onside kick has never been tougher in the NFL with the new rules. So trying to get it to 10 yards, timing up perfectly, that's tough enough to begin with. But when you go ahead and grab it before it goes, you got no shot then.
Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game. So defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. So a lot of credit to the defensive game plan and especially the execution.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something to...
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Well, we've seen quarterbacks get away with throwing the ball on the run, no doubt. But this, Charles, I think you'd agree, not the best of throws.
And listen, you're not always going to have a clean pocket to step up with the proper mechanics and deliver the football. I mean, that's a given. But you also have to understand your limits and know what you can get away with and what you can't when you're trying to make a throw like that.
And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So still 14 yards to go. 2nd down. Mahomes going to throw it here. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. He'll buy some time right. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Here's the Chiefs punter now. And from their own end zone, it's a fake. And this is caught. And he'll get this up to right around the 8-yard line. I know, without even asking, without even looking in your direction, that you are not a fan of that call.
Oh, I wish you would look, Brandon, because I was actually thinking this would be the perfect time for a fake.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. This doesn't make any sense to me at all. This deep in your own territory. Look, I'm all for being unconventional. That part's cool, and I get it. But this deep, I just don't think it was the right time to make that call.
And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. They'll run for it. Chubb. And he'll be brought down at about the 4. He didn't get in, nowhere close. They gave it to him in search of his third touchdown, but he's denied. And the Chiefs are likely going to win the football game. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Just all around a solid performance, and now they've got the 3-score lead here, Charles, so the final seconds of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, in this one, they've been in control, haven't they? They've earned this victory. No question who the better team was out there in this game. And frankly, the score could have been a lot worse than it was. Give them a lot of credit for how they played in this one.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And, Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long from Cleveland.